It was the moment no one expected. After weeks of silence, accusations, and backroom whispers, Stevie J finally broke his silence. But not with a tweet, not with an Instagram post. With a video so raw, so emotional, and so unfiltered. Stop the internet, cold. No music. No edits. Just Stevie staring into the camera with tears in his eyes saying, "I stayed quiet too long. It's time y'all knew the truth." And then the secrets started spilling one after another, from explosive details about his broken marriage, to the real reason behind his fallouts with close friends, to allegations that were whispered in dark corners but never confirmed until now. Stevie held nothing back. But the twist. He didn't just tell his truth. He showed receipts, screenshots, voicemails, even a buried recording that had fans screaming online. This just changed everything. Not Stevie dropping a whole documentary on his haters. I need a minute. This was wild. This wasn't a goodbye video. This was a last stand. No more lies. No more protecting anyone. Stevie J said it best himself. If they're gonna hate me, they better know who I really am first. The music industry is no stranger to drama, but nobody expected this. Late at night, without warning, a video appeared on Stevie J's official account. No flashy promo. No teaser posts, just one cryptic caption. "I ain't hiding anymore." The video was almost 17 minutes long, filmed in one take, straight from Stevie's home studio. The lighting was dim, his voice cracked, and his energy. It was done playing games. He sat down, looked straight into the camera, and with a heavy sigh, said, "Y'all think you know me, huh? You think the rumors define me? Cool, let's talk." From the first second, fans knew this wasn't going to be just another celebrity rant. Stevie wasn't defensive, he was defeated. But underneath that exhaustion was a fire that had clearly been building for years. I've been painted as the villain, the cheater, the manipulator. But what about the people who used me, lied on me, betrayed me behind the scenes while smiling in my face? Twitter exploded. What is this? Confessional or a funeral for his career? Yo, Stevie coming with receipts. Locked in. Then came the first bombshell. Y'all talk about Faith? Yeah, she left. But ask her what happened the night before she packed her bags. Ask her who she was texting at 2 a.m. Fans froze. For months, the public narrative had been that Stevie destroyed his marriage with selfishness and infidelity. But now he was flipping the script and suggesting that he wasn't the only one guilty. He reached for his phone and said, "I kept this out of respect. But I'm done covering for people who wouldn't even spit on me if I was on fire." And just like that, he played a voicemail. The voice was muffled but unmistakably Faith's. She was crying, apologizing, saying, "I didn't mean for it to go that far. He was just there. You weren't. I needed someone." The comments section went nuclear. "Wait, what? She cheated? No way. I need context." But damn, Stevie just shifted the whole narrative in 2 minutes flat. What? Stevie wasn't done. He leaned in closer and said, "This ain't about throwing shade. This is about freeing myself. I've been quiet out of guilt. But silence only protected the wrong people." That's when he moved into industry betrayal. Without naming names at first, he talked about deals that went bad not because of bad contracts, but because of people he called brothers, stabbing him in the back. They smiled in my face, toasted to my wins, and robbed me blind while I was celebrating. He paused. "Ask yourself how many of my so-called friends even checked on me when my mom died." I'll wait. It got darker. Y'all saw the headlines? Stevie back on drugs. But did anyone ask why I slipped? What I was dealing with? He described late nights alone in hotel rooms, panic attacks, broken trust, and being surrounded by yes-men who disappeared the moment the checks stopped coming. I was the guy who made everybody else look good. But who was really there for me? And then he said it, the line that would trend on every platform within minutes. I gave people loyalty. They gave me a knife. Instagram live chat was in meltdown. Bro, this is deep. This not even gossip. This man is having a breakdown on camera. Stevie deserves an apology from half the game FR. But the real twist? Stevie named names. Y'all love talking about love and hip-hop like it's my legacy. But go ask Mona who kept that show alive. Go ask her what she promised me and what I actually got. She told me I'd get a producer credit, a spin-off. You think I got that? I got memes. I got mocked. Okay, when I asked about the deal, she ghosted me. He didn't even stop there. He mentioned former castmates, collaborators, and even hinted at one Grammy-winning artist who allegedly owes him thousands for ghost production. He know who he is. I ain't even mad, just disappointed. He wore my sound like a coat, but forgot who tailored it. By now, fans were both heartbroken and glued to every second. But the tone shifted again. Stevie paused, took a deep breath, and looked straight into the camera with tears in his eyes. I'm not telling y'all this for sympathy. I'm telling you because the man you think I am ain't the man I really am. He opened up about childhood trauma, abandonment, and how being tough became his survival mechanism. That the bravado, the drama, the chaos, it was all armor underneath. All that, I was scared. I was broken. But I smiled anyway. And just when fans thought he was winding down, Kay said, "This ain't even the craziest part. Wait till y'all hear what went down at the last reunion. That's where the real betrayal happened." Cue cliffhanger. He reached for his phone and ended the video with one last line. "I've said enough for now, but next time." No one's getting spared. And just like that, cut to black dot, just hours after Stevie J's shocking video hit social media. The internet was drowning in reactions. But before anyone could even fully process the first bombshells, he dropped part 2 this time. It was worse. This wasn't Stevie talking anymore. This was Stevie showing. The new video opened with a disclaimer. If I disappear after this, just know I told the truth. And then, raw. Never before seen footage from the Love and Hip Hop reunion set rolled across the screen, unedited, unfiltered, and clearly not meant for the public. The camera angle was shaky, like a crew member caught it on their phone when no one was watching. Ain't it? Stevie is seen backstage pacing, while Mimi Faust and Joseline Hernandez argue just feet away. But it's not the argument that shook viewers. It's the moment Mimi turns to Stevie and screams, "You think you're the only one Mona lied to. She played all of us. But you just kept quiet and let it happen." Stevie calmly responded, "Because I had a deal." Or so I thought. That single line sparked fire online. So he was being played but stayed loyal. This man really held it down, thinking Mona would come through. The betrayal hit different when it's from your own producer. Next, the video cut to a clip of a private sit-down between Stevie and a mystery exec, a conversation allegedly recorded without the exec's knowledge. In it, the unnamed voice can be heard saying, "We can't put your name on the EP credit. Stevie, it'll raise flags with VH1 accounting. But you'll get your back end, trust me." Stevie paused the clip, looked at the camera, and said, "Y'all know how much I got from that back end? $0 The receipts kept coming. He pulled up email threads, showing months of promises from production heads and assistant producers, all saying next quarter, still reviewing the agreement, waiting for clearance. It was a trail of digital gaslighting. And then came the bombshell texts. First, from a familiar face, a fan favorite, LHH cast member. Name redacted, but the context was clear. "I can't keep lying for her, bro. The baby might not even be yours. But if the truth comes out, it ruins the whole arc." Stevie sat back and whispered, "That's from someone I considered a brother." The internet erupted. Was he talking about Joseline Mimi? Another relationship the public never knew about. And what baby was being referenced? Was it the old paternity rumors resurfacing? Or something new entirely? But Stevie wasn't done. He then revealed a leaked group chat between producers, where he was labeled as unreliable, too emotional, and most shockingly, replaceable. One producer texted, "Just let him think we're still working on his solo spinoff. Keep him pacified. Not as smart as he thinks." The room went silent. Even Stevie had to pause to collect himself. You work with people for years, break bread with them, and they talk about you like you're disposable. He leaned closer to the camera and said something that hit fans in the gut. They never planned to elevate me, just exploit me. My name, my chaos, my talent, and toss me the second I wanted more. Then came the NDA revelation. Stevie pulled out a printed document highlighted in yellow. This right here. This is the non-disclosure agreement they made me sign before season 10. You know why? Because I found out something I wasn't supposed to know. He didn't say it directly, but he hinted at a hidden relationship between a VH1 executive and a female cast member. Something that allegedly influenced casting decisions, storyline control, and even who got paid more. He flipped the pages and said they'd told me to shut up, smile, and cash the checks. But I'm done being quiet. I've got nothing left to lose. The comment section exploded. Stevie just dropped a BOMB on VH1. Now it makes sense why his spin-off never aired. This man might have just ended a whole reality TV empire. At the 14-minute mark of the video, Stevie addressed his fans directly. If you've ever watched me and laughed, judged, or rolled your eyes, that's cool. But know this, the clown you laughed at built the circus you're addicted to. He ended with one last shot. They told me I couldn't speak, that I'd lose everything. But what's left to lose when they already took your respect? And just like that, the screen faded to black again. But this time, the upload didn't end with silence. It ended with a countdown timer flashing across the screen, 72 hours until everything drops. No explanation. No context. Just pure chaos waiting to erupt. The countdown hit 0. And the moment the internet had been holding its breath for finally arrived, Stevie J's Final Truth video premiered. Not on Instagram, not on Twitter, but on a full-blown YouTube documentary titled Only They Played Me. From the opening frame, it was clear this wasn't just another rant. It was an expose, polished, structured, and packed with evidence that made jaws drop. The opening voiceover. You thought it was drama, was a trap. Let me walk you through how they used me, broke me, and threw me away like I was never part of the foundation. Cut 2. Contracts on screen. Stevie walks viewers through 3 separate contracts allegedly signed between himself, the show's producers, and a third-party music rights company tied to VH1. Contract showed a music production credit that was supposed to pay residuals on every episode. He contributed original scoring too. The problem. Stevie then flashed a bank statement showing 0 payments made under that contract. Despite the show using his beats in more than 40 episodes, they kept rerunning my music, making ad money, and I didn't see a single penny, he said. Next came the audio files, and they were damning. In one, a voice alleged to be a producer can be heard saying, "Just repackage his deal. He won't read it anyway. Tell him we'll renegotiate in Q4. Stevie paused the video and said, "Y'all really thought I couldn't read my own contract? I just trusted you." That's the difference. Then came the most shocking clip yet. A phone call between Stevie and an unnamed castmate, where the castmate admits they were coached by producers to trigger him on camera. The voice said, "I didn't even want to bring that up about Faith. They told me to push your buttons. I needed the screen time. Bro, they set him up for drama." No wonder he looked like he was spiraling. It was orchestrated. It was bigger than just a messy breakup. This is character assassination. But Stevie saved the most haunting part for the middle of the documentary. He cut to a dimly lit room where he sat down with a former Love and Hip Hop crew member, face blurred, voice distorted. The whistleblower. They claimed Stevie was intentionally edited to look more erratic. Emotional breakdowns were cut and stitched to appear more explosive. One critical scene, where Stevie tried to apologize to Mimi and Jocelyn, was never aired because it didn't fit the storyline. Then came the allegation that sent chills across the fan base. There was a scene where Stevie talked about mental health, where he cried and said he needed help. They cut it. He said it made him look weak. That line trended on X within minutes. Hashtag they cut the cry, hashtag Stevie J. DE served better in the final portion of the documentary. Stevie exposed a third-party manager who allegedly helped negotiate fake deals on his behalf, keeping cuts of the checks. While Stevie remained unaware, he showed emails with forged signatures, bank wires he never authorized, and a voice note where the manager chuckled and said, "Stevie is too distracted to notice. Let's move quick before he sobers up." Fans were stunned. This wasn't just betrayal, this was exploitation of a man during his lowest moments. The internet erupted in support. Protect Stevie at all costs now. This ain't just TV mess. This is criminal. If this was anyone else, they'd be suing right now. I used to clown him. I feel sick watching this. He was being manipulated every step of the way. In one final gut punch segment, Stevie played a video montage of himself through the years, from studio sessions with Biggie and Diddy, two viral meltdown clips on Love and Hip Hop. As each scene flashed, a text overlay read, "The genius, the clown, the broken one, the real me." He closed the documentary with a single line, filmed in silence: "You watched me fall, now watch me stand." But just when fans thought it was over, the screen faded in a new message. The lawsuits are coming. The final document flashed a notice of intent to sue, filed by Stevie's legal team. It listed fraud, breach of contract, defamation, mental distress, and paid royalties. The war wasn't just public anymore. It was going legal, and the targets: a former manager, VH1 showrunner, the third-party music rights company, and possibly a major record label. Part 3 of Stevie's truth bomb wasn't just emotional, it was legal dynamite. He didn't just tell his story. He armed it and lit the fuse. The world was already reeling from the documentary. Stevie J had dropped bomb after bomb: contracts, recordings, lawsuits. The internet was on fire. Celebrities were reacting, and fans finally saw what Stevie had been going through behind the scenes. But then the quietest moment became the loudest: heartbreak. Because while everyone was watching the industry scramble and fans rally around Stevie, someone very close to him chose to stay silent. That person? Faith Evans. Not a single word. Not a text. Not even a vague tweet. And for Stevie, that was the final knife. In a new video posted just days after the documentary's premiere, Stevie sat alone, eyes darker than we'd seen before. His voice was calm, almost too calm, and what he said next broke the internet all over again. "I told the truth. I burned every bridge they built on lies. But the one person I protected the most, she didn't even send a you okay?" He was referring, of course, to his estranged wife, the one he went to war for, the one whose secrets he took to the grave until now. Stevie reached down and pulled out a tablet. He swiped, then held it up to the camera. What he revealed: private voicemails from Faith Evans dated months prior, where she pleaded with him to stay quiet about their marriage issues. "Don't tell them what really happened in Vegas, please. They'll eat us alive. Can't take that kind of press right now." In another clip, she's crying, whispering, "If they find out I'm still talking to, you know who, it's over." Stevie paused, looked into the lens, and dropped the hammer. "She was begging me to protect her image." While watching me fall apart in front of the world, fans were stunned. Wait, Faith had another dude during the marriage. She ghosted him after everything. It ain't even betrayal anymore. It's ice cold. But Stevie didn't stop there. He revealed that Faith had reached a private agreement with producers to control how much of their marriage was shown on Love and Hip Hop. In exchange, she allegedly agreed to appear in more reunion specials and perform a song in an upcoming VH1 showcase. In short, they bought her silence. And when Stevie found out, he didn't even get mad. He said, "I was just tired. Tired of being the only one bleeding for the truth. But even in the middle of that storm, a surprise ally appeared. Someone no one expected, Mimi Faust. In a short Instagram live, her voice shaking, Mimi said, "I watched that documentary 3 times. I ain't gonna lie, he told the truth. All of it. And maybe I was part of the machine back then too, but I'm not anymore," she continued. "Y'all don't know the half of what he carried and how he was told to stay broken for ratings. He wasn't the monster, he was the product." The comment section exploded. People flooded her page with support. Old fans returned. New fans started connecting the dots. Mimi finally admitting the truth. This is history. If she's saying Stevie was done dirty, believe it. Is no longer just celebrity drama. This is a full-on reckoning. More former castmates came forward. A stylist, an old assistant, even a freelance editor who once worked on the show. Each person confirmed the same thing. Stevie J was manipulated, isolated, and humiliated, all while being promised loyalty behind the scenes. But it was the final betrayal, the end of part 4 that left fans gasping. Because Stevie ended the video with a clip. It's a screen recording of an email from his own brother's subject. Cease and desist, representation of family name. The email claimed that Stevie's actions were damaging the family's reputation and demanded he remove all mentions of them from future projects. He stared at the screen and whispered, "So I guess blood don't mean loyalty either." He continued, "I built my name, I built theirs off mine. But now that I'm burning down the fake empire, everyone's running for cover." The screen faded to black, but instead of text, single voicemail played. A child's voice. "Hey daddy, I saw your video. I love you. Don't let them make you sad, okay?" That voicemail wasn't captioned. It wasn't explained. It just played and ended, and millions of fans went dead silent. This wasn't just a messy reality TV fallout anymore. This was a man's life, exposed, shattered, and reclaimed. Stevie J didn't just tell his story. He turned his pain into power. And as the world braces for lawsuits, interviews, and backlash, one thing is clear. Stevie J is no longer the punchline. He's the warning. So now you've seen it all. The contracts, the voicemails, the betrayals, the heartbreak. Stevie J didn't just speak his truth. He showed it, backed it with receipts, and dared the world to challenge it. They called him messy. They called him unstable. But what they really feared was that one day he'd stop protecting them. That day has come. Day has come. And while others stayed quiet, played neutral, or ran for cover, he stood alone. For years, he played the villain in someone else's script. But this time, he wrote his own. No more edits, no more spin, no more silence. Now it's your turn. Do you believe Stevie was used by the very people he trusted most? Did Faith Evans stay silent to protect her grandeur? Was there more she couldn't say? And will this documentary force the industry to finally reckon with what happens off camera? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading every single one. Hit that like if you felt every word Stevie said. Subscribe so you never miss a moment as this story unfolds. And turn those notifications on because lawsuits are coming, and trust us, it's just the beginning. Stevie J's silence was their protection. Now his voice is their reckoning.